From being a reigning 200-meter champion to smash a record we all thought would have been impossible to beat, Shericka Jackson is on fire, and we're all for it. The champ clocked in a meet record of 50.92 seconds for a one-lap race. This was definitely a momentous occasion for the 28-year-old's career. Jackson dominated the Velocity Fest 12 at the National Stadium in Kingston. This performance was enough for her to showcase her talents to her competition in the early season. Her schedule in 2023 has been pretty busy. In fact, this race was her third one of the season. And well, it's clear that she showed extreme improvement over these two races. Her respective time was 53.11 and 52.05. The 52.05 seconds time had the honor of being her fastest time before this race. She managed to cross that milestone 2 weeks before the Velocity Fest 12 event at the GC Foster Classic. Well, I'm gonna go as far as saying that she topped that off pretty nicely. Am I right? And who knows? She might just smash this new record in any of the upcoming races. After all, the season has only started. The sprinter wanted to make an impact at the event. And well, guys, she definitely did not disappoint. Now, did she? Of course, it's not like she had it easy.
Jackson, but Thompson here are so good in the latter stages. But Jackson's having a fine run here. Asher Smith and Thompson here. Could this be a first defeat for Thompson here of the season? Goodness me, it's Jackson's going to take it. Jackson on the line, 21.92. The first time in this meeting that 22 seconds has been broken.
The runner had quite the competition on the tracks. That's right, her competitor, Stacey Ann Williams, did not go down without a fight. In fact, at the home stretch, the gap between the two of them just kept on shrinking. But fortunately for Jackson, she was able to pull away pretty quickly. And as you already know, managed to secure herself a victory and a career best. Williams, on the other hand, well, she finished at 51.59. Okay, let's be honest, Jackson avoided a bullet there because her rival's closing time was better than the performances she's put up in her previous races. I guess she's just gonna have to continue improving. But hey, still, Jackson was all too happy about her victory, as she should be though. In an interview after the race, she told the media outlets that it was her goal this year to run 50 points in the 400 meters. Well, it's gotta be a moment of pride for her since she was able to achieve that so early. In March, nonetheless. And of course, on top of it, she even set a record. But like I mentioned before, it's still not safe for her. Why? Well, because Williams finished in second place with a gap of less than a second. And as for third place, well, Geneve Russell took that. Can you guess her time? Well, she finished at 52.77 seconds, which has a gap of almost 2 seconds. So she's going to have to continue working harder and harder if she wants to make sure that the gap remains between her and her competitors. But till the next race, all she's got to do is celebrate her amazing win. It's clear, though, that the sprinter is confident that the upcoming season will be filled with similar achievements. In her own words, fastest ever in March, so I am super excited. Well, let's all hope this is the case. If you manage to catch her performance, you'll know that this wasn't all that easy for her.
I know I was capable of running fast. I wanted to run fast, and I know once I execute a good 200, I'll definitely go fast. Because if you watch a semi-final or day before, you realize that I ran the curve and wasn't running too hard on the home stretch. So I know definitely I had fast time.
While it might have seemed like she breezed through the tracks, it was far from that. Her first 150 meters were spent trying to keep off Williams. And well, she was finally able to shake her top rival off at the 200-meter mark. Good for her though, because after that, it was pretty easy for her to set a new meet record. Well, the Jamaican definitely has a reputation to maintain. And I'm not just saying because she's from Jamaica, the country that gave us Usain Bolt, but also because over the years, she's managed to build quite a reputation for herself. After all, she's described by many as the fastest woman alive. And as for her performance in the 200 meters, she's considered to hold the second position there, which is pretty crazy on its own. And believe me when I tell you that this woman is legit. Why wouldn't she be though? At this point, Jackson won bronze at the 2019 and 2015 World Championships, and of course the 2016 2016 Rio Olympics. Oh, by the way, at these competitions, she didn't just go home with one medal. In fact, she also participated in the 4x400 meter relays, which resulted in her securing a gold medal in the 2015 event and a bronze in the 2019 one. As for the Rio Olympics, oh, she won a silver there. Apart from this, she even got a gold at the Tokyo Olympics in 2020 and secured first place in the Diamond League during the 200 meter sprint. Her performance in the Monaco Diamond League ranked her as the 6th fastest woman. But what about her ranking at home? Well, you might be shocked to know that she's actually not the fastest Jamaican woman. That's right. In that regard, she's only at number 3. But at the age of 28, she's still breaking records. So I guess it's safe to say that she's still got a couple of good years left in her. And if all goes to plan, chances are that she might be able to rise through the ranks. Speaking of, what does her future look like? Well, if you've kept up with her career, you'll know that the Jamaican sprinter has had quite a lot of success in the shorter sprints. At the 2022 World Championship, she managed a national record in the 200 meter sprint. Her finishing time was 21.45 seconds, and at that time, these stats made her the fastest woman alive. But of course, is she going to be tough enough to take on bigger and longer challenges? Well, coming back to her previous performance, didn't it remind you a bit of the ultimate Usain Bolt? Bolt is known for starting a little slow and then slowly gaining speed over time. If you look closely, that's the same way she managed her most recent victory, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Oh, and it also shows that she's ready to take on longer sprints. And now, with a 50.92 on her resume, people are asking whether her future holds more awards. Well, these previous sprints have not only showcased her power, but they've also told us what her range is, and it's clear that she knows what she's doing.
What do you have in your mind that you want to execute?
For me, I just want to take each race at a time. I want to execute the best 100 and 200 possible, and just to have some fun. My smile, I want to just show my beautiful smile always. So for me, it's just to have some fun. Once I stay healthy, anything is possible.
But I've got something here that might shock some of you. So here's the deal. Jackson's 50.92 isn't all that impressive if you look at the previous year's stats. In fact, it only ranked 31st. Of course, we're going to have to wait till the season ends to see where she really stands. But this might be a cause for concern for a lot of her fans. But hey, don't worry. There's a silver lining here after all. You see, April hasn't started yet. So these sprints, they basically count as a warm-up, which means that she's on a good enough trajectory. But isn't enough to land her a space in the top 10? Well, the jury's still out on that one. Chances are that she's not even focusing that much on the race. You know, saving her energy for tougher competitions. Now, I don't know about you, but I am really excited to see her performance throughout the season. It's definitely going to be fun watching her improve over the races. With that being said, it's a wrap on Shericka Jackson smashing her record in the 400 meter sprint.
Steiner is trying hard. It's Shericka Jackson in the purple for Great Britain. Dina Rasher-Smith. It's Shericka Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, and Dina Rasher-Smith. 21:46. 21.